Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 4 consisting of three numbers. The first is Andika Putra, the second Aldian Fauzan, and the last is Falah Nafalhati. Alright, we will present the result of our discussion with the title Steering System on the Car. For the first material will be present by Desnika Putra. For the second material will be presented by Aldian Fauzan. And for the last material will be presented by Palana Pahardi.
The role first car steering system is the tiller. Tiller is a stick-shaped rudder system, like a rudder on a motorboat, and can only be moved left and right. Starting in 1894, Alfred Falcon, in participation in the Paris Run race, used a four-hub model car which was equipped with a steering wheel no longer on tiller. This steering system is believed to be the forerunner of the car steering wheel. Thomas B. Jeffrey and his son, Carlyle Jeffrey, developed two advanced experimental cars with a featured a front engine as well as a left side mounted steering wheel. However, it was not until that a Rambler car manufacturing company used a steering wheel only is Rambler Model A car with mass production car. A Rambler car were equipped with a steering wheel. The steering system is one component that functions to turn the car according to the driver with the desired turning angle and the result the radius.
Alright, the series system can be divided into four main parts, including number 1 steering wheel, number 2 steering column, number 3 steering gear, and number 4 steering link cage. Number 1 steering wheel. Steering wheel is often referred to as a car steering wheel, located in the steering column. The steering column is often called the steering column. Broadly speaking, the steering column functions to continue the steering wheel rotation to the steering gear. In addition, the steering column also has a function as an energy-absorbing mechanism that absorbs the thrust from the drive in the event of a collision. Besides the energy absorption machine, the steering column, the off-chassis fascia also has a steering control system. For example, the steering loop mechanism To lock the main shaft, the title steering mechanism to allow the drive to adjusting the vertical position of the steering wheel, the telescopic steering to adjusting the length of the main shaft to obtain the upright position, and so on. Number 3, the steering gear housing. Steering gear is a component of the steering system which has two main functions, namely to direct the front wheel in the direction of the steering wheel, and also to increase the torsional moment power so that driving becomes lighter. For the reason, a graduation ratio is needed, which is also called steering gear ratio. Usually, the steering gear ratio is between 18 to 2000. The bigger the ratio, the lighter the steering will be, but the number of turns will increase for the same torque angle. Number 4, steering linkage. The steering linkage is a collection of steering system components that are located between the steering gear and the phaser wheel. The function of the steering linkage is transmit the mission power from the steering gear to the front wheel, and the a link between steering gear and the front wheel.
Types of car steering system. Number 1, manual steering system. Number 2, power steering wheel. Number 3, electric steering system. Number 1, manual steering system. The manual steering system is one of the first steering systems asset to be able to move the direction of the car's wheel while walking. In turning the front wheels, this system clearly only utilizes the components needed that have been arranged to be interconnected or linked. Number 2, power steering system. Then the next type of car steering system, and which has received an update, is the steering system which is equipped with power steering, which in practice this steering system will be assisted by the encouragement of oil or power steering oil, which is pumped by the fan pump. Next, power steering, electric power steering. Electric power steering is a type of power steering that is widely used in modern cars, including the latest Toyota products. Unlike the hydraulic power steering or APS, released on an electric motor to lighten the load on the drivers, hence when turning the steering wheels. how the car steering system works. When the steering wheel is rotated, the steering column or steering rod also rotates following the direction of rotation of the steering wheel. Rotational power that occurs in the steering column is then forwarded to the steering gear or steering gear. The steering gear increases this torque or hydraulic, electrical, or mechanical systems so that a greater torque is generated compared to the torque on the steering wheel. From the steering gear, the torsional moment that has been enlarged is then forwarded to the steering linkage so that there is a change in motion from the rotary motion of the steering wheel to a pulling or passing motion of the steering linkage. The steering linkage will transmit the movement of the steering gear to the front wheels so that the direction and angle of motion of the front wheels change. That way, the vehicle can go according to the direction of rotation that occurs on the steering wheel. For example, if the steering wheel is rotated to the right, the vehicle will go to the right and vice versa.
That's all for the presentation of the steering system material. That we have discussion for your attention. We thank you. See you next time.
Hah? Hindi mo balas.
Ikaw,